Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. Indeed, insecurity, or rather, security is everyone's business. We are already approaching electionary period, and definitely it's advisable that everyone living in Nigeria should stay alert and stay safe. Right now, as we speak, it looks like yesterday, some hours ago, it was Olusegun Obasanjo that felt the pains of insecurity. Right now, it looks like another presidential aspirant and a prominent politician is beginning to feel the heat of insecurity. Before we go into the newspaper to find out what is going on and why there seem to be tears everywhere, I would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Quickly, let's go into the news. Suspected political thugs have set fire on the Gombe State Secretariat of the People Democratic Party (PDP) on Monday night. According to Sun, the PDP office, which is along Bachi Road in the state, as well as the Atiku house, were both set on fire alongside documents, chairs, and other valuables in the building. You can imagine Atiku's building. That's Atiku Abubakar's building. Let's continue. A PDP supporter, Montari Yao Kausi, said the office was set on fire at around 1:30 a.m. in the morning. He said the secretariat was up and running until 1:20 a.m. that he left the office. When asked about the origin or source of the fire, Kausi laughed and said, "The source is All Progressive Congress (APC) and its people. Both offices that are about 4 kilometers away from each other cannot naturally catch fire at once. Our men here saw the thugs. They came in in 3 cars with several weapons. The security guards stationed at the office were overpowered by the thugs and had to run for their lives," he said. He, however, said men of the fire service close to the office battled to control the inferno. He added that the divisional police officer, DPO, in charge of the Pantami division was quickly at the scene. He said, and I quote, "We are just waiting for our leaders to decide on what to do. But we all knew the people that did this and we will go after them." Electioneering. The opposition party is said to have initiated a plan to embark on a protest to seek justice, while also the Atiku campaign organization is preparing to address the public and disclose possible actions to be taken. This is very sad. We're in an electioneering period, and usually in this particular time, you begin to see targets, unnecessary one at that. And this is happening in Bauchi State, in northern part of the country. But what is unique about this news is the fact that while the PDP office that was up and running, according to the eyewitness, they said it was up and running till 1:20 a.m. That's in the morning, preceding Tuesday morning. All right, they were up and running until one of them left. And the same time the building of PDP Secretariat caught fire is the same time that Atiku Abubakar's house also caught fire. The question now is, and they were about 4 kilometers apart. So what kind of special fire is this that will catch a fire here and go to another place and catch it in fire, just about 4 kilometers away? And when they asked him some questions, he said, "Look, we did that without investigation. He's preempting, he's alleging. That's obviously it's from the ruling party that is doing this, according to him." When they probed him further, he said actually towards that time that some folks came in with different instruments, and the security men they kept to station and protect those places couldn't withstand what they had. So naturally, they had to take to their heels to stay alive, while these guys had a field day destroying the property, documents, chairs, valuables. This is really sad. But then it all began with UGM. When people started screaming and shouting, they said, no, UGM must be ESN or UGM must be IPOB. But now the question is, this UGM must be a very powerful force for them to still move in southeast and still find their way down to Bauchi, but find their way down to the north, and still doing terrible things to the point that they are even getting political instead of apolitical. And it took place in Bachi Road. Now the question is this how it's going to continue? Are they going to continue like this? Bachi in Gombe State. UGM, everything is UGM. This quickly reminds me of what happened in Owerri as well, where when one of the media persons of Uche Nwosu was screaming, UGM have come to pick his boss. After much ado, the police security there said that actually they came and arrested Uche Nwosu. People were like wondering, do security officers now operative, do they now dress like cover their faces and marks up and all that? Look, we can't continue living in a lie. We cannot continue living in propaganda. Some of these insecurities actually politically generated, politically engineered. But the bad part about this whole thing is that the poor man suffers for whatever electioneering they want to. This is quest for power, this quest to rule, quest to be the number one person, or quest to be the one who wins. Election doesn't have to be a do or die affair. It doesn't have to be winner wins all. It doesn't have to be a victor vanquished thing. It's a call to service, but we have turned it to the other way around. It's not a thing of a leadership, not just leadership. It's not a thing of a tyranny. And that's why everyone wants to go into it. It's not a thing where all power belongs to one and it has this absolute power that makes the people shrink and become afraid. Our three arms of government should be up and running, and they should be functional. They should be checking each other, checking one another, so that the true dividends and benefit of democracy will be felt by all. Atiku Abubakar, of course, is in PDP, and you can just imagine what he just about trying to start up his campaign. Of course, everyone knows that Atiku wants to go for it, but just that PDP have not zoned yet. We don't know where they're zoning it to. But right now, these are kind of telltale signs to let him know that it's not going to be easy. Now, who are they going to use as thugs? The common man, you and I, if we allow ourselves to be used. We should remember that after this time, they go back to their high and mighty roles. Sometimes they don't even pay attention. Just a handful of politicians, when they are in position of power, listens. A whole lot of them don't. It's a case of they're in authority, and that ends it. We need to start bringing people who will not see election as a do-or-die affair, who will see election and rulership on public service as a place to serve the people, not to oppress the people. Or else, this whole thing of do-or-die affair would have been done with. They should make this whole electioneering thing unattractive. Reduce the money for politicians, their paychecks, and also ensure that they don't even contract, or the contract is not signed by them. Independent offices should be the one to handle it. Make sure they don't have any place to steal or siphon or take away money. That way, that office will be will be less attractive. That way, genuine people who wants to serve will come in. That's what we're going to wrap it up. We are just starting electioneering. More news of some of these insecurity issues will definitely come up. We'll keep you posted as it does.